walking around with my hand on my, cause I'm popping and I know you're not. And I know you see just how I'm.
And we come to you from one of the truly iconic stadiums in the NFL as you get a look at Lambeau Field here in Green Bay, Wisconsin. No team means more to a city than the Packers to Green Bay, and this was the scene a few moments ago as the green and gold made their way out of the historic tunnel. They're ready to go as they get set to match up with the Chicago Bears. Returnable here for Davis. And a great return, solid field position. He's up all the way to the 45-yard line.
Well, that return gives them a golden opportunity to go out in front. How will the defense respond after giving up that type of a return?
And now whistles and a flag, and I think we got a jump here. And he got a little aggressive too early.
And he did, wanting that quick takeoff as the ball was snapped, but I think sometimes those big guys on offense, they're pretty cagey too, right? They make those little sudden moves or those little subtle moves that get you to jump.
A boost here to start the drive. After the penalty, it's 1st and 5. Rodgers gives this to Jamal Williams. Fighting through. And some room to work. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. It'll go as a gain of 6 that time, and it moves the chains as well.
Something to watch here in week 1 of the season, tackling. Because you and I both know that in the preseason, a lot of these guys don't play a whole lot. Plus, the intensity and the speed really ratchets up on opening week.
And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. It's a 10-yard pickup, and it moves the chains. Well, one unit I know you want to watch is that offensive line. If they keep clearing holes like that, it could be a long night defensively.
No doubt about it, because when they are in sync, as we're seeing so far, when that continuity is there, and you can see that they're playing off of each other while controlling the defensive front linebackers, you're exactly right. It could be a very long night for the defense because someone's going to run for some big yardage.
And past the 30 down to about the 27. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 3. If these kinds of lanes are available, you have to feel like he's going to have a pretty big game on the ground.
Yeah, you can tell early on he's got a little burst in his step, and that's a big pickup right there on 1st down.
A play fake to Montgomery. Now Rodgers. And Graham's got it over the middle. And they got it inside the 10 at the 8. 19 yards on the pickup there, and now they'll have it 1st and goal.
I do believe we'll see a little bit more of this as this game progresses, because when you can have that type of a game in the middle of the defense, it hurts them in so many ways, because most teams like to be strong down the middle. And if you can sting them there, that opens things up for you on the outside as well.
But that's where their big tight end, is so good, that middle third, the seam routes, the in routes. Yeah, you're right. Probably see more of that.
Yeah, it takes a lot of courage and fortitude to go in the middle as well, and he's got it.
They'll give it to him up the middle. Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and no more. Maybe the first big test of the season here on both sides. This is 3rd and goal. Rodgers now on 3rd and goal. Brings up 4th down. Solid coverage by the Bears D.
Let's give this defense some credit now. They let the guys get downfield, but when push came to shove, they stood their ground, and now they'll likely force a field goal attempt.
And Crosby puts it through, and the Packers are off to a 3-0 lead. So the first points of the night belong to our home team as they're able to take the opening kickoff and at least get 3 points out of it.
Yeah, and that helps the crowd, right? Helps people feel good about why they're there watching this game. They moved the ball well on their opening drive.
Trubisky brings the Bears up 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. Our first carry now for Jordan Howard. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. Well, that play was doomed right from the start.
He just about ran into every defender on that one, didn't he? It felt like everyone got a piece of that tackle.
On 2nd down, Trubisky out to the flat. That's complete to his running back. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. They'll give him 8 on the play, and that'll bring up a 3rd down.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver or tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
Trubisky now to throw on 3rd down. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
Anytime a defense can sit back in a zone like that, it tends to create a lot of congestion in the middle of the field. Makes it very hard to slot one in.
Looked like I-4 at rush hour in your hometown of Orlando, Florida. An absolute mess. The Packers making their way out. As we look back to last year, I don't know that anybody foresaw how things would play out. Heavy favorites in the NFC North, but the injury to Aaron Rodgers that cost him more than half the season, ultimately too much to overcome.
And when you think about how Green Bay has played over the last 10 years, there's been a lot of sameness to them, and that's been good. Continuity, offense, defense, coaching staff. A lot of changes in the offseason for Green Bay, especially on the defensive side of the ball. You'll see a severe shakeup there, but the best thing for them, Aaron Rodgers, still in a Green Bay uniform.
Let's go, come on.
16 games from Aaron Rodgers always makes Green Bay a contender for a Super Bowl crown.
319 to 99.
1st down, here's the run to Montgomery. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
Let's talk a little football 101 here, because one of the keys to advancing the ball downfield, success on 1st down. Huge difference, as we know, between 2nd and 4 and 2nd and 8 and 9.
Rodgers to throw on 2nd down. Caught on the right side by Adams. And he works it to the 30-yard line here, right at the 30. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down. They'll run it. Here's Montgomery. And down inside the 15 he goes. It's a gain of 17, and it'll give him a 1st down.
Coming in, he really liked his chance of having a big year based on a terrific offseason. And runs like that on opening weekend show that he's right.
Into the red zone. It's Rodgers. Touchdown, Packers. Jimmy Graham, his first touchdown in green and gold. And the Packers add 6 to their lead. On is Mason Crosby for the point after. Crosby with the extra point, and the lead grows to 10-0. Crosby on now to kick it away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. For the Bears last season, Charles, as they come out here, a 2-game improvement, but when you go from 3-13 to 5-11, not enough to save their coaching staff. So in comes 40-year-old Matt Nagy. He's the new head coach and seems to be bringing a new optimism with him.
Yeah, and you hate to put too much on the shoulders of not just a new head coach, but a second-year quarterback in Mitchell Trubisky.
Now Howard stripped. He lost the football. And this is going to be Packer football.
The psychology of the game never ceases to amaze me, because you would think there would never be a fumble from what we hear from coaches all the time, right?
And how much they practice not fumbling.
Practice it, preach it, talk about it all the time. You would think no one would ever turn it over. Yet they are humans out there running around, and we just saw another one.
Opportunistic by the defense. They'll wind up getting 9 after tucking it and running, so it'll leave them with 2nd and a yard.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the 3rd one, he decided better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
On 2nd down, Williams. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the red zone here at the 22-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup there, but it's enough to give him a new set of downs.
2nd and 1 is often an invitation to take the big shot downfield. But I bet the offensive lineman said, are you kidding? We just get on our backs and let's go get the first down. They love being physical.
And that one is incomplete. And it also concludes quarter number 1. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. 2nd quarter about to get underway with the Packers in possession of the football. They've got it 2nd and 10 to start things out. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Back to the air on 2nd down. It's Rodgers. Eluding the pressure right. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. What can't Aaron Rodgers do? The legwork there getting him the first.
Man, defensively, that hurts. They got him out of his rhythm. They had him hemmed in, but somehow he was able to tuck it away and get away for a gain.
They'll run with Montgomery. Gets around him. And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. Only a yard that time. 2nd and goal. Defensively, pretty good start there with their backs against the wall.
That's a win for the stop troops right there. And if I'm them, I get a little bolder now. They won the first battle. Keep coming after them. Put the pressure on them.
Now Rodgers throwing on 2nd down. Throwing middle, but it's incomplete.
When you got your backs in the shadow of your goal line, you've got to be physical in that situation because there's not a whole lot of space, not a lot of wild plays that can be run there.
It's put up or shut up time. Defensively, nice job just to make sure they didn't complete it on that play. They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. It'll be a gain of 5, but they do keep him out of the end zone, and now it's 4th down.
They went for broke on 3rd down, and it would have really lit up the sideline if that one had worked. What do they do now on 4th down?
And Crosby puts it through, and that'll push the lead up to 13-0. No problems in the field goal department so far. He's 2 for 2.
Pretty reliable here in this game, isn't he? And to me, that bodes well for them. If they need him late in the game, his confidence should be sky high.
This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line just across the 25. This offense trots back out there now, and as they do, Charles, one thing to point out that we saw a second ago are some of the new rules in the NFL this year regarding kickoffs.
Yeah, nowadays, the kickoff team, no more running starts. Remember that when you could kind of circle a guy around and here he goes? No more. You have to start, close to the ball. And when it's kicked, then you get to take off and go, so you can't build up your speed that way. Also, when you're returning it, remember those wedges that we used to say where guys would form together, 2 or 3 guys? No more of those. So it'll be a lot more man-on-man, one-on-one blocking. And also they have rules about where people have to be when the ball's kicked, where they have to be when the ball's caught. So to me, it's much more like a punt return than it is an actual kickoff return. So I'm eager to see if teams now take their punt returners, those nifty guys who make people miss in the open field, and make them the kickoff returners as well, because I think you can still get big plays in this area if you have the right people back there.
Let's go, let's go. Hurry, hurry. Hey. Lock in, lock in.
On first, they go right back to Howard. And this will be taken across midfield and into Green Bay territory. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Frustrating for a defense, energizing for an offense. Finding a way to create that type of yardage in your running game, That'll make the guys carrying the ball very, very happy.
Let's go. We're on the ball. Hey, gotta go. Red, up.
Now Trubisky to throw on second. He rifles one that's intercepted. It's Nick Perry with a pick, and he's going to take this one back to the 37-yard line.
And, Brandon, this is a real nice job defensively of getting inside a quarterback's head and figuring out, okay, where's he going with the football? Because you can make an educated guess defensively, not all the time, but sometimes. And when you're right, you've got a decent chance of coming away with the football.
319 to 9.
So after the INT, it's Rodgers. And this is incomplete.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. On 2nd down, Montgomery looking for a seam but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. Calling no gain on the run there, and now they'll be looking at a 3rd down. The Packers on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. From the gun, it's Rodgers. And he finds Jimmy Graham. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. He's up over 50 yards receiving now in this first half. It's a 1st down.
That's fine. Yeah. Let's go.
Draw play, Rodgers to Montgomery. Flashed the stick skills, but didn't get a ton from it. Stopped short of the 35. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on 1st down, that fits the bill.
Let's go.
They'll keep pounding here with Montgomery. And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line. A gain of 4 that time as the drive continues.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football. In that situation, that's almost a tendency breaker.
Montgomery on the counter. And he's going to take this one down to the 25. Now after the running play, we've got a man down on the field. Hate to see this. Week 1 of the season. We'll be back.
Hurry up.
Now they'll throw with Rodgers. Open here is Allison. That's complete. And down inside the 15 he goes. First catch of the new season for him, and he picks up the 1st. Two minutes remain here in the first half. We're back to Lambeau following these words.
Hurry up.
Now the man from UTEP, this is Aaron Jones. And they get to him quickly here as he stopped right around the 13. Desmond Bryant, the one to get him down.
Well, that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short game.
They stay on the ground. This time it's Williams. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. Give him 3 on the run there. Now they're looking at a 3rd and about 5.
Well, praise has to go to the guys on the offensive line because they've had a very nice, productive day running the football. How about that poor defensive line? They've been knocked around the entire game, and while they slowed him down on that run,
and he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Aaron Lynch. Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts. as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. So now the field goal unit trots out there for the third time tonight. From the right hash, just a 34-yard attempt. And Crosby puts it through, and that's going to make this a 16-0 ball game. So the field goal there caps what winds up to be an 11-play drive.
Well, partner, that's a lot of offense to run there to only get 3 points. So I just wonder, are they going to recycle those plays because they were successful in getting 3? Or do you go to another section of the playbook trying to find ones that get you into the end zone, get you 6?
Onto the field now come the Bears. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
Hurry, hurry.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you call
Packer pressure, and down he goes. Kenny Clark coming up the middle, gets him there for a loss of about 9. And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19.
Gotta go.
On 2nd down, here's Trubisky. Gonna let one fly for Robinson. And they went for a big play through the air on 2nd down. Couldn't connect. Now it's 3rd.
Well, nearly another interception there. That would have been 2 drives in a row with a pick. He's got to start taking care of the ball way better than what we're seeing.
Interestingly, that throw was probably worse than the one he threw the interception on last drive, but fell incomplete. Now Trubisky on 3rd and long. He sets to fire deep. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Tramon Williams.
When a team's turned it over 3 times in the first half, we just look at the offense and say, guys, what are you doing? But instead, we really should be looking at the defense. They've created the takeaways. 2 interceptions, 1 caused fumble. They played awfully well swarming to the ball here in the first half.
To throw is Rodgers. Going for the deep ball. He's got a man complete. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. A gain of 32 that time. A great job pulling that one in from a guy, as we know, who can really blaze. He's got a lot of speed.
And that speed can work for him so many different ways. Sometimes he just takes off and goes and just runs past people. Sometimes you get people to back off so far that you can catch everything underneath. But still, at some point in the game, you probably have to make some contested catches, right? Sometimes you have to go up and beat a defender for the football. He has that in his arsenal as well.
Showed it right there. Play action. Now it's Rodgers. Over the middle, that's caught by Adams. And he gets it down to the 32. And now prior to this 3rd and 1, we're going to get a timeout here, as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number 1. The Packers on 3rd down, 2 for 5 to this point. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation.
Let's go.
They go play action for Montgomery, and now Rodgers. Incomplete. He had his hands on it but couldn't pick it. But it's now 4th down. So out comes the field goal team once more. This is a 49-yard attempt, right hash. And Crosby puts it through, and that will stretch the lead to 3 scores now at 19-0. So he splits the uprights, and has to be a nice feeling. Right when it left his foot, knew it was good.
Yeah, just like a good 3-point shooter in basketball, right? Release the ball, fall back on defense without even looking. You know it's going in the hoop.
This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. The Bears offense now heading back out onto the field. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
Final play of the half. It's Trubisky. He's going to take another shot here. And that is incomplete. So we've reached halftime here in our initial Sunday night telecast of the new season. As we'll check in for the first time with the newest member of our Madden family, it's Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Coach. We'll see if Week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. And all that worked, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. So here's the Bears offense now as they get set to start this third quarter. They come out here with a 0 on the scoreboard. What was said in that locker room? That's what I want to know. I would love to have been in there because we often have the feeling that there's a lot of shouting, screaming, people upset. But typically, halftime locker rooms are a lot more clinical than that. And in this case, are they upset that the plays weren't working because of execution, or did they think they were just bad plays to call? Yeah. We'll find out pretty quickly here if they felt they had something going, but they just need to do it a little bit better or not. We'll find out. So this helps to start a drive. After the penalty, it'll be 1st and 5. Trubisky with the give to Howard. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Give him 11 yards that time and a new set of downs. The more football I watch, the more I want to check and see if teams are going to panic when they're down on the scoreboard. And this team has shown no signs of doing that. A lot of the time, they come out after the half. Things haven't worked so well in the first go-around. They want to throw the football like crazy. But the way to open up throwing the ball is to run it. And they've run it well here to start the second half. Looking for more there on first down, but this throw downfield incomplete. So they took a shot on first down, but couldn't connect. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. This is Howard on 2nd down. And he's going to take this one up only to about the 44-yard line. Kenny Clark, the big D tackle there to make the stop. Pretty good little two-play sequence there. You force the incompletion, then a very short pickup. Yeah, now maybe you bring in an extra defensive back or two because you want to try and defend on 3rd down. They like to play those nickel or sub packages, don't they? On 3rd down, this is Howard. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. And a nice carry there of 15 yards. They're making it look easy out there. Another first down. So far on this drive, let me do this little bit of math here. 4 plays, 3 first downs. That's a pretty good recipe for success. Here's the first carry for Tariq Cohen. Flashed the stick skills, but didn't get a ton from it. Stopped short of the 35. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down. Partner, I think from our experience together, we have learned that most offensive coordinators are going to tell you, if I'm going to run the football on first down, I've got to get at least 4 yards. They got 5 here. They've got to feel pretty good about that one.
Lock in, lock in.
They pitch out to Howard. And some room to run now. And he'll be a little shy of the 25 here at the 26-yard line. 9 yards on the pickup there, and it keeps the drive alive. Yeah, once more, strong running, excellent blocking at the point of attack. They've got a nice little drive brewing right here.
Hurry, hurry.
They go play action here on first down. To the right side, complete to Miller. So a nice job to break the 1 tackle, but not much daylight after that as he's brought down. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down. Well, the strategy was evident there. Get it to your tight end and make it a one-on-one play with a cornerback. Who's usually going to win that one? The tight end, but not there. Not in this situation. How about the corner defeating that logic and making a really nice tackle? Now Cohen, and it's a fumble. And the Packers pick it up. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Often on fumbles, you look at the guy who coughed it up and say, geez, what did he do? But, hey, let's tip the cap to the defense here.
Not a problem at all, my man. I'm not even going to tip it. I'm going to doff my cap to him. Congratulations. Big-time play. Knocking it free and creating something good for your team.
And he'll lose yardage here. Back to the 15. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
Hurry up.
Now a pitch out to Williams. Room here to run. Finding room at the 30. And he's all the way up to the 39-yard line that time.
Let's go, come on.
They stick to the ground game on first down. It's Williams. And not much room to operate as he'll get this up only to about the 41. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. On second down, here's Rodgers. He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. Call it a loss of 2 on the play. And that'll bring up a 3rd and 11 situation. The last catch took him 2 yards in the wrong direction. So now what can they do on 3rd?
Zoom.
Throwing is Rodgers on 3rd down. Open man is Allison, complete. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this into enemy territory across the 40. Rodgers now hitting on 2/3 of his passes, 10 for 15 so far. 1st and 10. Now a play fake here on first down. He lost 6 there on the first down play. Final minute now of the 3rd quarter. On the counter, here's Williams. Got some real estate inside the 30. Touchdown, Packers. A great play there. 42 yards. And the Packers add on to their lead. And on that long run, maybe the defense caught napping a little bit.
The concentration level may not have been there. I agree with you on that one because those types of plays, when they result like that, they're almost like big bolts of lightning, aren't they? Whoosh, and off he goes.
This will be taken in at the 1. And not a bad return. Here he gets it out to the 25-yard line. Now the Bears offense ready to take over again. And they had the fumble last time that led to a touchdown. That's a no-no. We'll see what they do here this go-around.
A big no-no. Put that in capital letters. Turning it over, the other team takes it down and scores. That can be a deflator for a football team. Now it's up to the offense to get back out on the field and pick things up.
They're out there. We'll see if they can pick those things back up. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll get about 4 across the 30 to the 32.
Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
Red, up.
Back now at Lambeau. A lot of happy faces in the crowd at this point as their guys have a big lead here to start quarter number 4. The Bears on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 3. Here's Trubisky. They'll set up the screen to Howard. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. He lost 2, and it brings up 4th. Well, you can see what they wanted to do. They wanted to set up the screen there, but it got blown up.
It's hard to run that play if you're not getting a lot of pressure at the quarterback because the space doesn't open up. They were able to read that one and slow it down and stop it before they could get a first down.
Here we go. It's Trubisky on 4th down. He hits White, complete. And he goes out of bounds across the 40-yard line. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th.
Let's go. We're on the ball. Hurry, hurry.
They run play action for Howard. Now Trubisky. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. The 6-time Pro Bowler, Clay Matthews. And it'll make this a 2nd and long.
And plays like that really hurt play calling. They had a really nice gain on the previous play, but gave about half the yardage back on the sack. Excellent pressure up front. Nowhere to go with the football. Down he goes.
On 2nd down, Trubisky going up top. So the long attempt falls innocently to the ground, and it brings up 3rd.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. The Bears on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd and 17.
18.
From the shotgun is Trubisky. And for a 3rd time tonight, he's intercepted. Picked off by the rookie corner, Jair Alexander. And this one will be returned to right around the 38-yard line.
It's just been one mistake after another on the offensive side of the ball. That's now 3 interceptions to go along with 2 fumbles for him. And if you're going to turn the ball over 5 times in a game, your chances to win have to be about 100 to 1. And it's not looking good for him here.
Now a 1st down carry. It's Williams. And he'll take it down to the 30-yard line. A good run there on 1st down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run. Got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
So up through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 3rd down. The good run on 1st down followed up by a not-so-good run on 2nd down.
Now let's find out if they're going to stick with the run here on 3rd down. A lot of people would love to see some play action here. I say go with your best running play over your best blocker.
Rodgers to throw on 3rd and 1. And he's going to go down. They get to him back at the 40. Nick Kwiatkowski in there to get him for a loss of 9, and that'll lead to 4th down. On now is Mason Crosby, who's hit from as far as 58 in his career. This will be from 56 yards out. And I don't think this has the carry. It does not. It's no good. And this score will stay right where it is.
Everything looked good. Good snap, good hold. Sometimes, though, the ball just doesn't want to go where you want it. And this one winds up no good.
The Bears in good field position to start out 1st and 10. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Now the Packers give him nowhere to go, and they bring him down. And there they bring pressure from the inside, and they get home.
Yeah, hard to block everyone, isn't it? And on this play, someone did not get blocked. He's the one who got home.
Now Trubisky to throw. And that one almost intercepted. Far too loose with the football here. Nearly a 4th pick. And it's 3rd down. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden the secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
And now the third down throw incomplete as well.
Well, this at least is the right idea. I think they've got to get the tight end more involved.
He had just one target in the first half, incomplete. Now incomplete here with the first target in the second half.
Yeah, should not stop them at all from going back to him, though. Find him. Find him.
As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. Gonna let one fly for Robinson. And for the fourth time tonight, it's an interception. Picked off by the rookie corner, Jair Alexander. And he's able to get it back to right around the 27.
Well, this defensive pressure has been constant all game long. The pass rush, the coverage, they've all been excellent, and now they'll tack on an interception here as this one continues to slip just further and further out of hand.
They start the drive on the ground. It's Williams. He gets away from one, and he powers his way up past the 30. Yeah, give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6. And when do they start thinking about burning these timeouts? They've got all 3 still defensively.
To me, you have to start right now. Here's the time, and that means you've got to stop them on defense, not give up the yardage, use your timeouts in order to get the ball back and try and score yourself. But now is the time to start using those timeouts.
And keep in mind, it'll also stop the clock at the 2-minute warning. Give him 4 on the carry, and it'll make this a 3rd and about 2.
Back-to-back 4-yard runs. Now, look, if they just do that all the way downfield, ball ends up in the end zone, but that's a little difficult to do.
Yeah, I think now 3rd and 2, that defense ready to stiffen up and stop that run. Now look out, Rodgers lost the football. And his guys are going to get the football at the 23-yard line.
With no running backs in the backfield to help pass protect, all the receivers in their patterns, these are going to be hot routes. If they sense a blitz or pressure on the quarterback, they've got to be prepared to break routes off early and get the football. In this case, never even had a chance. They popped the ball free in the backfield.
On first down, they run with Howard. And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. Time for a break. We'll come back and wrap up garbage time after this. They'll run it now out of the gun. Spins away, and he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. It'll be a loss of 1, and it'll be a 3rd and about 13.
And that's another stop for the defense, something we've seen all game long. They have been on fire today. No matter what's called by the offense, they've had an answer for it.
The Bears on 3rd down. They've had their troubles, just 1 for 6. This is going to be 3rd and 13.
18.
Out of the gun, Trubisky. And he is out of bounds, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. 15 yards through the air and a first down.
Nice game there, partner, but you and I both know that won't do anything for the final score. They're not going to win this one. Right now they're playing for pride and fantasy points.
And just to erase that goose egg, nobody wants to be shut out. Now Cody Parkey out to try the field goal. From the left hash mark, this a 43-yard attempt. And Parkey missed it. That's no good. Off to the right, and this score will stay right where it is.
It looked good when it left his foot, but he kind of sliced it a little bit, and he winds up missing it wide right.
They begin the drive with Williams. And he'll work this one up to about the 38. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
I know the toss play begins with the guy taking the snap and turning around and tossing it to the runner. But where the real intrigue is, can they seal the edge, whether it's an offensive tackle or a tight end, in the direction they want to run the football? If they do that, that's the result that you get, that type of a gain. If they don't, oftentimes it's not a very successful play.
They run it again with Williams. Looking for an opening, not much there. He'll get it to the 39. Big Eddie Goldman there on the tackle.
The best defensive linemen, they play with great leverage so they can get low and not get bowled over by offensive linemen. They have excellent hands. They can throw people off on a play. We just saw a great example of a really good run stop by a guy playing the defensive tackle position.
Check. Crunch. 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 Check three. Check three. Check three.
On third down, here's Williams. And partner, this first week, this first game that we get to call together, so special every year, week one. You had the flyover, the big American flag out there before the game, all the hoopla, just having football back, so special.
It is an opening day, opening game. There's just nothing like it because you really build to a crescendo. But the best part for us is that crescendo lasts for a while. Opening game here, an entire season. We get into the playoffs, to the Super Bowl. I was really excited. I could barely sleep last night. I can't imagine being a player.
So for Green Bay, you can't ask for a better start as they pitch a shutout here in the opener. And they'll get to stay home again next week as the Minnesota Vikings come to town. Meanwhile, for Chicago, they go down to defeat here in the opener. And they'll be at home next week for a date with the Seattle Seahawks. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Alongside Charles Davis, we thank our entire crew. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This is the NFL on EA Sports.
Thicker the pie, thicker the bag. Meet him a bite, not leasing no beamer. I'm Brian O'Connor, I'm driving it fast. They were just hating cause they in the way, and the way I've been made it, the is mad. Man in them baggins, I'm all in my bag. I ain't holding around, just a little Merlin. I don't give a, tell me why I would on the rose bar couch in my bag. Bands in my denim, in my denim. Was trying to forward out, don't give a. Was up the bag, Fendi and some lane. Asked for a burger, watch in the front seat of the fouled out J. We living so wild like Nas. We was on roll like tires. What we gon' let? I'm in my bag like I'm in my bag, Mike. I'm really just running for money. I'm Love Flow Joe chasing a check. I'm really gon' run up the money. I'm Carl Lewis, really running the best. Car moving through these hoovers, I maneuver with the bag, baby. Never feeling stressed. Car moving through these hoovers, I maneuver with the bag, baby. Never feeling stressed. I'm really just